Christmas is right around the corner, and we just got brand new fabric.
Let's give everyone Christmas on the double. Keep watching. Hi, it's Fran Morgan.
And Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe.
And today we are going to be going through our book, Quilts on the Double, with brand new Christmas fabrics. Now, the reason why we chose Quilts on the Double is because the quilts are so versatile, they're so quick to make, and they look beautiful in all the great fabrics we just received. So let's look at the first one. Now, this is the balance quilt, and this fabric is so charming. It is like vintage Christmas all over again, and I just love it. And we've got this little peekaboo block here all stacked up, and then we've got a great background with some presents. So let's put it on the table and check out that fabric.
This really takes me back to my childhood.
Oh, I just think it is so sweet and so cute. This little snowman is so fun. Mm-hmm. And he looks a little old-fashioned.
He does.
And
Are you saying I'm old-fashioned?
Vintage, which is what we all love in our hearts.
Yes, and I am in the vintage era.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to go there, right?
Okay.
So our focus fabric is this great red snowman, and of course he goes at all the little blocks here, kind of peek-and-boo through the background, and then our border and binding. And then our number 2 fabric is these great presents on the off-white. And that's going to go, like you said, in the background in this alternate block here. And I really like this fabric because it's got the little birds.
Oh,
and it's just so cute. It really is. And then our number 3 fabric is this great snowflake. And of course, that's going to border our blocks here, giving it that peekaboo effect. And then our border here. So, and of course, it looks just great with both of the focus and the number 2 fabrics.
Well, you know, if you are enjoying this particular book review, you'll want to check out our Quilt Favorites review. And if you'll subscribe to our channel and hit the little bell, you'll always get notification when we do book reviews.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And there's some great fall fabrics in that one. Love it.
Oh, yes.
So the kit information on this one, this kit is called Vintage Christmas, and the number is 8022529. The pattern is Balance from Quilts on the Double, and if you're not taking the book deal, the pattern that will come with the kit is Stepping Up.
Now this one is one of my favorites. When I designed it, it was designed to be the quick and easy star of the book, Quilts on the Double, and it's called Broad Strokes, and it has this nice block in here that is offset by a secondary block, and it just looks so good whenever you put these cardinals in it. Let's put this up here and we'll talk about the fabric.
This is gorgeous.
Now, for some reason, I think cardinals are one of the most popular motifs for Christmas.
I think so, and it's one of the most loved, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And I know I love to look at the cardinals during the winter time because they do give us a spot of color in an otherwise kind of monochromatic existence. So this is our number 1 fabric. It's going to go in the number 1 spot. And if you're joining us for the first time, we refer to this as the focus fabric. You take that out of the equation, you have the number 2 and the number 3 compared to each other. Number 2 should be the lightest because it sort of becomes that background so that it makes your other colors pop forward. And then your 3rd color is this great holly with the silver berries. And I do want to point out that we do have that little bit of metallic in this one, so it's going to reflect light. The holly will go on the border. It also is the sashing that we put on this particular block. So this one is gorgeous.
It really, really is. I love all the metallics and the iridescence of the number 2.
It's a very striking quilt. And the kit information is 8022530 Frost Friends. It's the Broad Strokes pattern from Quilts on the Double. An alternate pattern would be Picture Perfect. Now remember, you can get a free book if you order 3 kits and skip the little patterns. And if you want to make your quilt a little larger, we do have Fabric by the Yard on our website.
Check that out. So our next quilt is Dancing Bears. Now this is so fun. Now of course bears also are great for wintertime, kind of like those cardinals. And this is just a little reminiscent of those bears. You can see our bear claws here going every which direction that shows the little dancing pattern and some great Christmas fabric. So let's check that out.
I can just see the bears dancing around the Christmas tree.
Yes, absolutely. And this is charming fabric. Now, this is kind of cool because it's kind of got that Scandinavian look again, which I kind of like. It's very pleasing to me the way that they've done these prints and these patterns. And so this green is our number one, our focus fabric when it goes in the bear claw as well as on the border. Really, really love that. Then our number two, and you know, this is great because this fabric has just a little bit of iridescence right here in the middle of this print. So what the iridescence does is it reflects the light. So it really gives your quilt a little bit more of a wow, but you're not quite sure what it is. But you look at it and you go, ooh, wow. So our number two, of course, is in the background. And you can see how we're getting that great contrast with the number two, the focus, and the number three. So look at this number three fabric. Is it not just amazing?
Gorgeous.
Just gorgeous. And of course, this will be our half square triangles here to create our bear claw, as well as this block here.
This looks like ribbon candy.
I
remember when I was a kid that we used to get ribbon candy in our stockings.
Yes, and it came in all different colors and all different flavors. I remember that too. I had forgotten that. Oh, I love it. More little traditions for Christmas.
Absolutely.
So what are some of your favorite Christmas memories as a kid? Because I know that we have lots of favorite memories, and like the advent calendars and the little gifts each day. Just love those. Do you think when we get older we could have somebody do that for us again? Because it was so much fun as a kid.
It was. I should do that for you.
Oh, I won't say no.
It might be a little bit different goodies in your little advent calendar,
there you
though.
go. But it's okay.
That gives me something to think about.
It was so much fun. All right, let's talk about the kit information on this gorgeous kit. This one is called Holiday Jewels, and the number is 8022531. It is the Dancing Bears pattern from Quilts on the Double. Now, if you don't take the book deal, which is buy 3 kits and get the book for free, then we will be including the dash pattern.
Okay, this one is, you know, we say this every time we walk up to a quilt. I love this quilt, but of course we are the mothers of these quilts, so therefore we love all of our children. But I love this one. It's called Engagement. And whenever I did it, I thought this kind of looked like the setting on a gorgeous engagement ring. So I'm always looking for those cool little names for my quilt. So let's put that up here and talk about this brand new fabric as well.
And this is great. So Christmas engagement.
You know, a lot of people do get engaged.
That's right.
Right. And if you want to do a really nice gift for someone, give a brand new couple a brand new wedding present or something like that for Christmas. If they've never had a Christmas together, they may not have a beautiful Christmas quilt.
That's a great idea.
So, yeah, actually one of our customers told us that tip, and I have used it many times. I loved it.
And some of us people that have been married for a long time also love Christmas quilts for
Oh,
gifts.
well, that's true too. A fresh new one. Now, this poinsettia is our number one. We try to pick our largest print for our number one spot. That's our focus fabric. We're going to put that here in the number one spot. And one of my favorites is to also put some of the number one fabric in the border because it really does frame the quilt nicely.
So pretty.
Then you select your number two, which is your lightest. It's going to be the sashing for this block, the number one block. And then it also is going to be your binding on this particular quilt. The third one is the snowflakes on the hunter green. That one is going to be the center of your diamond center here, as well as the sashing. So this is a super fun quilt to make. And it is beautiful. Now the information on this quilt kit is 8022532. It is called Poinsettia Stroll. It is the engagement pattern from Quilts on the Double. And the alternate pattern is Illusions.
So our next quilt is Louvers, and is this not so much fun? It's like you've got all these little penguins peeking through the window looking at you. So it's just super cute. Let's check out the fabric.
Look at all these cute little guys.
They're so cute.
Oh, they've been building snowmen.
Oh, there's a snowman mixed up with the penguin. He snuck into the penguin party. That is so cute. So our penguins here are going in our number one section here on the quilt. This is our focus fabric. And as you can see, it's just darling having all of these little guys peeking through our window here. So our number two, and of course the number two is the lightest once you take the focus out. And it's unusual that we have a red as the number two. but it is the lightest between the two. So it works really well.
So how can you tell the lightest from the darkest?
Actually, if you are not totally sure, you can take a picture with your phone, change it to black and white, and it usually tells you. We actually have a tutorial of that on our website.
Very
So
good.
be sure and check that out. So here's our red, and this is like a little starburst snowflake. And of course, it goes on the border of our block as well as our half square triangle here, and then the border of our quilt. And the number 3, also this wonderful starburst, looks great with our focus, as you can see. And it is going also on the bottom, bordering the block and our half square triangle, border and binding.
This is a fun one. I can see a kid sitting there all wrapped up in this quilt, having a cup of hot chocolate and picking out all the cute little characters.
Yes, absolutely love them. They're just so cute. So the kit information on this one is 8022533. It is called Penguin Party, and it is with our Louvers pattern from Quilts on the Double. And the alternate pattern that you will receive with one kit purchase will be bold blocks.
Now this one is called Perfect Match, and it is such a fun and easy quilt. It's one of these that I have to show you the block because it is just the same block made over and over again. So let's put that up here. Okay, now this one, if you will indulge me here, since this is your quilt. Did I do it right?
So what we've done here is, yes. So we have a rectangle here, and then we have just a quick strip piece of 3 strips that we've made a unit and sewed it onto the bottom. Now this block is basically made again right here, but with a different colorway.
Okay.
And then we have a sashing piece that goes in between them. So basically you sew 2 blocks together, rotating them, and then you have your sashing piece.
I just think it's so cool. Even though I haven't made this one, whenever you've shown it before, I'm always kind of intrigued. It's a gorgeous fabric, and this is your number 1 fabric, and it's going to go in the number 1 spot. And again, we've applied it to the border, so that gives you a bigger piece for you to see the great fabric. Then you take that out of the equation. You've got your number 2, which goes here, and your number 3 is that sashing. And this border as well.
Love this fabric.
And now I have to show you something really cool.
Oh.
This is sort of a busy fabric, and I want you to see, and busy in a really good way, because it's sort of like a collage.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Look at this backing. Isn't this gorgeous? You can see that great snowflake pattern. And the reason I pointed out the backing on this one is because I wanted you to see how this is kind of juxtaposition with that busier look on the front, and it's just kind of a calming look on the back. And we loved having those backings to really accentuate the quilt altogether. And if you've never downloaded it, we have a free download on our website for how to do the backings. It's under the free goodies button.
Yes,
perfect. Now the information on this one is 8022534 Modern Wonderland. This is the Perfect Match pattern from Quilts on the Double. An alternate pattern would be Attraction. We do have extra fabric on the website.
Oh, yes, be sure and check that out. So our next quilt is Ribbons, and this is one of my favorite quilts because I love how it went together and gave you so much movement on the surface of the quilt. And we've got some very simple fabrics to really accentuate the pattern and how this is made. So let's check that out. Love these fabrics.
Yes.
Love, love. Now this is probably, dare I say, a little bit more modern Christmas because it's a very simple, repetitive pattern. You really see the color. It's very bold, but I love the way that this fabric kind of has some depth to the background of the fabric. So you've got your metallic stars, but then there's all these different shades in the background. So it really gives you a lot of depth and interest in the fabric. So here's our number 1, our focus, which is the red. And of course, it's going to go all here. And I love how this block is made so simply. It's just a rectangle and a half square triangle put together. Do that again, sew them together. Very simple, goes very fast. So then our number 2 fabric, it's from the same line and it has that same depth, which I love. And of course, it's contrasting, so it's going to give you that great pop. And that's going to go here. And then our number 3 fabric being the green, also giving you that awesome contrast for Christmas. And of course we have our focus and our number 3 on the edges here, the border and the binding.
Love it.
So just love this one. Now this kit information, 8022535. It is called Christmas Wonder. It is the ribbons pattern from Quilts on the Double, and the alternate pattern is Jigsaw.
This one, what would Christmas be without a star on top of the tree? And at the same time, let's put the stars on the sofa as well. So this one is called Stellar. We'll put it up here and show you the fabric for this one.
This is so fun and sweet. It kind of also has a little bit of a vintage feel to me.
It does, it does. And you know, this particular quilt is amazingly easy. And if you've never made a star, you should give it a try because it really is an easy star to make.
Yes.
And it's big enough that you don't have to wrestle with getting all these little points together and all of that.
True, so true.
I'm all about easy. Okay, this is your number 1, this great holly with the berries. It's going to go in your largest section. And what I did was I also put it in the center of the star. So it really is, it's almost like your focus fabric is sparkling.
Love it.
And then your number 2 fabric, which we love to put a little bit of interest in our number 2. So it still is the lightest, it still falls to the background so you can see the other elements, but it's got a little interest to it.
Yes.
And then your number 3 is isn't that pretty? Yeah, I love it whenever we've gotten fabric in that has so much depth to it.
Yes.
Because it really does make a more interesting quilt.
Definitely.
So this is our number 3. It's going to be the points of our star as well as the border and the binding. So this is going to be a great quilt for your holiday celebrations.
Yes.
Now the kit information on this is 8022536 Hollyberry Farm. It's Stellar is the name of the pattern from the book Quilts on the Double, and an alternate pattern will be Heartland. It's rather surprising how just changing the fabrics to Christmas make these patterns look so much different.
Yes, I was a little surprised at how great they all look in Christmas fabrics. So what are some of your favorite holidays to quilt for? I know mine is Christmas. Let us know what yours is.
So it's Donna Robertson.
And Fran Morgan.